Well, I was 19 years old and I was young and stupid.
Yeah.
And when Iraq invaded Kuwait, that was like, I was living in the middle of a movie, a war movie. I mean, you're seeing tanks pulling up next to the buildings, firing off shots, and soldiers running around shooting. So it was almost a scary excitement. This is the second great white they've caught off of Cape Cod this summer, and this one's actually bigger than the one they caught last week. If these guys look like dinosaurs, well, that's because they are. They've evolved from the prehistoric ages. This is a pretty small fire, but on a day like today, it could start cooking really fast. Research has led to development on this sailing vessel, an iPhone app called Whale Alert. Connecticut oystermen say 3 inchers pay the bills, 2 inchers plant their future.
And about 125 pounds, it sure takes a lot of energy to harvest these ice blocks.
I eventually grab hold of a channel cat.
See pictures?
There you go. Woo! Whoa, there he goes. We had to dig deep to find violations, but none of the city leaders was completely clean. Clean tinfoil can be recycled. The one mistake they all made was junk mail and receipts, junk mail again. We knew it was going to be a good story to begin with, but with the help from OSearch's own video crew, it turned into a great story when we actually got a great white. Tuesday, August 20, 8 a.m., along the shore of Chatham. These aren't just shark-infested waters, they're feeding grounds for the ocean's most feared hunter, the great white shark. And these are why the sharks are here.
Thousands of seals right along what they call a haul out.
It's a massive meat market for great whites, and the research ship OSearch is anchored in the middle of it.
Morning. Good morning.
On board the converted Alaskan crabber, Dr. Greg Skomel, a native of Fairfield, explained why the expedition off Cape Cod has been tough.
They're very finicky here. We like to refer to them as being much more wild.
Meaning they're not used to boats and humans, and so it's rare they take the bait. In fact, in the 3 weeks previous to our arrival, this was the only great white ship scientists got to study.
The more we know about the shark, the better equipped folks who are running beaches will be in terms of public safety.
But they can't run tests without test subjects. A chopper spotter transmitted promising news.
A very large one.
3 great whites.
Come right a touch.
We're near the catch boat, the Contender.
Right on the beach.
Which was about 3/4 of a mile off our stern. Time to move the platform, starboard, and lower it. Dr. Skomel heard one shark may have attacked another.
We've had a lot of activity. It's only 10 in the morning.
Over the next several hours, a game of cat and mouse with a seal decoy, hoping to trick the big fish into taking the tuna bait.
Come on back here now, Todd.
One finally did.
He's on it hard. He just ate it. Yeah, dump it. Go, forward. Easy. He's gonna come tight. You got belly, he's going off this way.
A monster shark hooked and actually breached. The hook barely set. Contender's crew knew the opportunities have been too few, so they fought to not let this one get away. Meanwhile, on OSearch,
It's inbound, so it's time to get the team going.
all hands on deck.
Where's Whitney?
The prep plan set in motion.
You guys are going to see us do an amazing amount of research on this animal in 15 minutes.
Soon, the Contender was in view with a line on the great white. Slowly, the crew walked in, as they call it, their big catch.
Oh, it just pushed me off of it.
Guiding it into the cradle is challenging.
Come on, boy.
Shark on, Captain Brett McBride is always the first in the water and the last out. This great white wasn't going anywhere.
It's a big mamma jamma.
After the platform lifted out of the water, McBride put a towel over the eyes of the nearly 15-foot, 2,300-pound behemoth to try to keep it calm. When it was calm, a hose inserted through its jaws pumped life-saving salt water through its gills.
Stopwatch starts.
15 minutes was the time limit on this fish out of water.
This is the second great white they've caught off of Cape Cod this summer, and this one's actually bigger than the one they caught last week. And right now, the team is working on a series of tests, including ultrasounds, blood work, and fin clips.
I'll flip it when I'm done with this.
Like a pit crew,
Getting all your parasites right now?
the team worked as one, taking samples and attaching
Where's the drill, Brandon? Right here.
state-of-the-art tracking devices.
5 minutes, Heather.
Last thing to do was name the big female Catherine,
Good luck, old girl.
and then lower the platform to set her free.
Come on, baby.
She's a really healthy shark. You can see she was, kicking really strong all the way through. She was alive and well.
It's not about the thrill of the catch, it's about the thrill of the release. And once you see all the tags on it, and that thing pings in tonight or tomorrow, the next day, it's really cool.
To understand the great white is to help save it.
Right now, we're looking at trading the future of the ocean for a bowl of soup, because 73 million sharks a year fin for a bowl of soup. And can you imagine if that happened to Catherine? That would be a crime.
There she goes. Good luck, old cat. All the way up. Good luck.
There's a distinct hum on Lee Drive in Southington, which is music to the ears of David Rothenberg.
The ones that are more likely to fly away are males. They're probably singing.
The 50-year-old native of Westport is not a scientist.
96 hours they could be doing this.
He's an artist
Wee, 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 wee.
who came to hum along with cicadas.
It has the mixture of noise and tone that they have.
Rothenberg jams with New Age or belts out notes that are more old school. 17 years is a long time to wait to compose with cicadas.
Kind of between E and F.
If you think it all sounds the same, with the bug that is, Rothenberg would say you're not listening closely. He believes he's isolated a wide range of melodies.
Pharaoh, Pharaoh.
Rothenberg has played with other insects like crickets,
Which are more interested in rhythm.
but cicadas may be the most fascinating.
Their whole life cycle is to sing, fly, mate, and die.
Rothenberg is still learning what notes and what instruments cicadas respond to most. He says it's just a privilege to share the stage, even one covered in poison ivy, with creatures born to sing.
It's very humbling to play amidst a million musicians and try and make some impact.
In Southington, John Charlton, Fox, Connecticut. In fact, the town circulated green flyers about solarizing Farmington, which is now part of the latest batch of towns in Connecticut, which are hoping residents will bask in the sun of cheaper and sustainable energy. It's not always sunny in Farmington, but hundreds of residents
It's called a Suneye 210.
are very interested in capturing as much of it as they can. All Green It has partnered with the town to offer free solar assessments.
We're capturing the sun's path across the sky.
Company owner Peter Stevenson says there's definitely a sunnier side to this house.
He does have a little shading from that tree canopy out there. However, with our microinverter technology, there's still a tremendous amount of solar potential on this home.
And potentially that could save residents hundreds of dollars on power bills over the course of the year.
My electrical bills, especially in the summer, have been just skyrocketing.
Brian Bullard believes there's a ray of hope through solar power, maybe even a chance to make some green by going green.
I generate more than I'm using. Hopefully they'll be cutting me a check for a change.
And it would start to run backwards if it was a sunny day.
Town Council member John Vibbert has panels planned for the right side of his house.
So what they're going to be doing is laying out an array of 6 cells right along the edge of the roof, and above those 6, there are going to be 2 on either side of that chimney.
Vibbert is also the chairman of the town's Green Efforts Committee, which has put a charge into Solarize Farmington.
Based upon the number of people you sign up, it will lower the price that everybody gets their cells for.
So far, he says 13 residents are sold on solar cells. Farmington is hoping to get around 37 commitments by October 7th for the lowest possible pricing.
This is a golden opportunity.
After state and federal incentives, an average system generating about 7 kilowatts would be about a $12,000 investment.
If you paid it out of your pocket, you'd have your payback in somewhere between 7 and 9 years.
He's referred to as number 17, and he's been in captivity for about a week.
There he goes.
Monday, number 17 was being set free, but terms of probation included a monitoring device.
Very loud, pointing at it. And when it's away, it's not as loud.
The snapping turtle's every movement will be watched.
We just clip it to the shell.
But only for a few hours on a National Geographic critter cam.
The firing mechanism will cut the string, and the camera will just float to the top.
Over time, the cameras have evolved as well.
The first one was probably the size of a suitcase.
And the critter cams allow for a unique perspective of the turtle's world.
To study their actions underwater, what they're eating, what they're doing, where they like to go and hang out.
The Tributary Mill Conservancy is partnered with Nat Geo as well as Mystic Aquarium on this research project. Number 17's release
Everybody ready?
Was actually the fourth with a critter cam.
Actually seeing the fish swimming by and seeing how they're interacting with some of the animals, it's all exciting.
If these guys look like dinosaurs, well, that's because they are. They've evolved from the prehistoric ages, and today they give us a good sense of how clean our environment is. Oh my God. Captured snapping turtles, including this 40-plus pounder, are blood tested.
They're high on the level of the food chain, and that's why it's an issue. They can accumulate all of those pollutants into their body, and so that's why they are good indicators of how the environment is doing in terms of pollution.
CritterCam gives us all a new point of view about the snapping turtle.
They're very docile in the water. If people keep their distance, they shouldn't really have any problems with them.
Well, they say goats will eat anything. That's not necessarily true. What is true, however, is that goats will eat almost anything you don't want in your yard.
The landscape of brush clearing is changing. It's the organic, more natural way to weed whack.
We got some buckthorn rose.
Have you heard of the goat girls?
Grab me a couple peanuts.
And the one guy.
I'm the goat boy.
And boy, can they eat. The goats, that is. As many as 19 are for rent in and around Amherst, Massachusetts, always eager to eat. No matter what it is, as long as it's green. That includes the itchy stuff.
This is a poison ivy.
Goats have strong stomachs. 4 chambered stomachs, in fact, and believe it or not, they have different tastes.
Crumpet and Tumbleweed, the two white ones, really like poison sumac, and also Wilbur, who the Goat Pro was on.
That's right, the Goat Pro. Or in this case, the Wilbur Cam. Over the course of an hour, a day, or a week, they eat back a lot of brush, starting at $500 per job.
Either would have been me, a brush hog, or the goats. So in that case, I thought it was an easy choice.
The Goat Girls haven't expanded into Connecticut, but they are offering a program to teach others how to start their own herd for rent.
2 landscapers from the Hartford area express an interest.
So the range of this chemical-free concept of brush clearing may be expanding.
Well, make things easy for yourself. Why would you be pulling up all these weeds when you can just have the goats be doing it?
As long as there's food, they're happy.
So when the goats are finished eating in a specific spot, there's an added bonus at the end, valuable manure, and clients get to keep that to help grow the gardens they really want. In Pelham, Massachusetts, I'm John Charlton, Fox, Connecticut.